So I want to use this video to share how I'm using both Trello and Cursor AI to really speed up my game development process using AI. So if you don't already know, Cursor is pretty much done for you coding. If you like, the best way for me to describe it is imagine that all of the code that you have for your game is linked directly to effectively ChatGPT or Claude. And you give it a prompt to edit a script, make scripts, merge scripts, delete scripts, whatever it is, or to make some sort of function, and it will go away and it will do that the best it can with what it has. Now, this is game changing for me because I was using ChatGPT to do everything, aka I'd be copy and pasting tons and tons of code back and forth until I got something working. So that's been really, really good. However, what I also want to talk about is I also want to talk about how I'm using Trello to basically pair up what, I'm basically aiming to do and how I'm actually using Cursor with that to really speed up the process. So at the moment, I've been using Trello to basically jot down everything that I want to basically do from now until the release date. I've got a nice little timeline that you can use with Trello to basically just show, the lengths of just everything to do. Now, what I've basically been trying to do, for the most part, is when I've got things that I know that I need to do. So, for example, one of the things I need to do is I need to revisit the menu panel in terms of the save and the load function, because I wasn't actually able to get that done in time for the demo. So obviously, I need to get that done for the full game. And so what I've been then doing is say, okay, I'm going to put that at a certain date. But the most important thing is I will then say to Chat, I would describe what I want to do with ChatGPT. I will get ChatGPT to give me a prompt that I can give Cursor, and I will then put it in there. Right, I'll literally put it in the description. Now, typically speaking, I'm doing this more so sort of later in the day, just the light work session, so that when I do end up, getting to that point where I need to revisit the menu, I don't even have to think so much. Initially, I can just copy and paste the prompt into Cursor, and Cursor can go away and start working at it. And so that's been really, really good, because when I can pair up those two things, what happens is that when I'm actually doing the game development and when I'm actually sat down working, there is less thought or there is less confusion as to what I need to do, because ideally, later yesterday or something like that, I would, be actually just sat down with Trello, maybe for 30 minutes to an hour, basically just trying to make more specific notes. If I can give Cursor, if I can give the actual description a prompt or so that I can then use for Cursor tomorrow when I'm actually feeling a bit more energized to do the thing, then that's more ideal. And the way I've been working so far is this. I usually try to get 2 90-minute sessions of game development done in the morning. Ideally, I get a third one done sort of in the early afternoon. Usually, I'll go to the gym before that. And then later in the day, maybe around like 4 or 5-ish, I'll ideally try and, just do a lighter work session where I'm just, basically using the Trello board, maybe speaking to ChatGPT, but just trying to give myself more specific points to start from for the next day. And that's really where those prompts come in handy, because ideally, I just want to focus on execution when I am doing the game development stuff. And, to be fair, whether you're doing game development or not, I think, Trello is a nice way to sort of plan things out as well. Now, that said, at the time of recording, with this being the 10th of January, and I've got, pretty much 20 days until I want to effectively apply to release this game, I still feel like I'm a little bit behind, because I've still got quite a few things to do. But that said, I know that it's just a matter of trying to turn up every single day and keep doing the thing that I'm doing as well. But let me know if you've been doing something similar, or at least if you've been using something like Trello or whatever your planning process is. That's pretty much what I've been doing for myself. But yeah, I'll keep you and the guys in the loop, and I'll chat soon.